Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Today it's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Sheila and I done this video the other day. Look at her. Turn that up there where they can see it. Can they see the top of it? Don't spill it. Made her a coffee, caramel coffee with whipped cream. Sheila worked today and I'm trying to pet her when she got home.
He always pets me, y'all.
Hey guys, we made this video the other day, and she pets me too, more than I do her. We made this video the other day, and something's wrong with our computer or the speaker or something. It's been doing that for a while. We've got to figure it out. So we're doing this off Sheila's phone. This video, we're going to make it shorter than it was, though, anyway, because it was about Jimmy Wolford. And Sheila will insert somewhere through this video where we was interviewing Jimmy Wolford.
Yeah.
Sheila wrote a book on Jimmy Wolford. And he was tickled to death.
Yeah.
And it's got all the things about his albums, his family.
Yeah. Where he's in service.
We don't have no books for sale, but we quit selling books because we didn't want people saying Fred and Sheila's just trying to sell books. We're trying to tell the story of the Hatfield and McCoy and tell the truth and straighten it out as much as we can without
fixing some mistruths.
Yeah. It's I'll tell you, Pike County Tourism, guys, has, if you'll listen to that driving tour tape, you'll get to see where a lot of this video is about Jimmy Wolford, and it's about Pike County Tourism a little bit, if you want to look at it like that, because I was listening to their, go to Fred McCoy 40, go to my channel, because I've got a video a day coming out just on one correction at a time that I'm doing on their driving tour, which is nonsense. But the more I listen to it, the more I realize that they got their information, Mr. Tackett and Mr. Shepard, from either Jimmy Wolford's album, the History Channel's mini-series, or Altina Waller. And none of those three is. Jimmy will be the first to tell you, and Sheila will have it here in a minute, where Jimmy says that it wasn't about history to him. Jimmy says, I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter. I'm writing songs as long as I can get words to rhyme, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not lyrics. As long as my lyrics. And Sheila, we got hours and hours and hours of Jimmy because Sheila was doing this book on him, and I said I won't go get sidetracked, but I am. Jimmy would look at her. He'd tell her something, and he'd look at her and say, write that down. And I say, Jim, she don't have to write it down. She's taping.
Right.
And so she can go back and listen to the tape. Oh, okay. And he'd tell the story, you know. But, oh, God, he was a character. But
he said he was mostly marketing towards the Hatfields.
Exactly. He said...
So that's why his songs were the way that they were to that. Sorry.
You okay, babe?
Yeah, something's irritating my throat, but I'm okay.
That's when we was on the motorcycle. I picked her up on the motorcycle today, and I know she was hollering at me earlier. She said, you okay? I said, yeah, but I swallowed a bug. I was trying to talk to her, and I swallowed a bug about that time, so that's probably what got you.
Might be.
You might have got his brother.
Oh, no.
Yeah, guys, Jimmy, we asked Jimmy on the tape, and you're going to get to hear it, about him saying Devil Anse was 6 foot tall. I was asking him, I said, Jimmy, what do you want to do when it comes time to your album? Do we want to just leave it out? We want to avoid talking about it? Or you said Devil Anse was 6'4". Do you know how tall he was? He said, oh, Fred, he's a little bitty fella. And then later on, we've done a tape already on this. It's on Sheila's Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures, but and he says that. And on this one here, we found another one where he says, oh, he's just 5'7". I said 5'6" about the same time.
Right.
But, and Devil Anse's Civil War record says he was 5'6". And then I asked Jimmy what he wanted to do about him saying that he made a song that says the Hatfields was Confederate and Randall McCoy was Union. And I said, that's not correct. You know, Asa, you get to hear it. Asa, his brother, was Union. He said, yeah, you're right. And that's when Jimmy tells Sheila and I,
Mm-hmm.
he guessed at a lot of it.
He said, he said, actually, I was just guessing. So, he's being truthful about everything, and he just talks about the songs and how they're made up.
Yeah, he said, that's his words, and we know they're not because he made some good songs and got a beautiful voice, but he said some of them was crap. He just made crap up. And again, he said, I'm a songwriter. That's what I'm trying to get the lyrics. I'm trying to get the words to. He said, Fred, you don't understand. There's something called marketing. I was trying to market. He said, we started off playing and the band just making things up about Devil Anse, and one of them said 6'4", and he started adding to it, and he said they was feeding off of each other. And when they got done, he said they done it as a joke because they were laughing so hard while they were doing it. And then they said it sounded so good, they said, let's just make it like that. They'll love that part. The Hatfields, the West Virginia Hatfields will love that. Said he wasn't worried about the truth. He's a songwriter. More important that the lyrics rhyme than the truth. That's what he said. He said it's called marketing.
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia Hatfields was going to be his market. He knew that the West Virginia Hatfields and Devil Anse fan club was going to be because the McCoys, he knows that the McCoys back home have never really took a stand. It wasn't until after the Hatfields coming here from Oklahoma and Virginia and Florida and the McCoys from North Carolina and Georgia that the McCoys really we started speaking up because the history. And when you listen to that driving tour and some of the videos that I've got coming out on my channel, you would think the Pike County Tourism has done their research from Altina Waller and Jimmy Wolford's album, because they talk about it raining, they talk about the things, and then you'll hear it on his album. That's where they're getting it from.
Yeah.
And especially the mini-series. Guys, that mini-series by the History Channel is not true. It's not correct. It's not accurate.
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you know how big? Yeah, a little bitty fella, he said. In this segment, Jimmy says Devil Anse was 5'7". Jimmy says he really didn't know the complete history, and even calls some of his stuff crap. You'll hear. Again, Jimmy's motivation was lyrics in the song. Hundreds of thousands of hours of tapes. We've got hundreds or even thousands of hours of tapes of Jimmy.
I enjoyed talking to him.
Oh, God.
He was sweet.
Jimmy had us laughing. It's a wonder they didn't run us out of that nursing home. We were there for a straight month, almost every day, every other day.
Yeah, visiting.
And he would get us. Sometimes, there at the end, they gave us a little room. They got us off the floor and gave us a conference room, I guess, where we was laughing so hard, because that guy, he was a comedian.
Yeah.
Sheila was writing a book, so everything was on tape. So,
Yep.
Jimmy, he'd look at her and say, write that down. And Sheila said, I got it, Jimmy, I'm taping you. Navy corpsman stationed with the Marines when he was in the Navy. He was a Navy corpsman. He was stationed with Marines mostly during his tour. And then there at the end, he got hooked up with the Admiral. And he became that Admiral's personal corpsman. He went everywhere the Admiral went.
We've got part of that video there that we'll play. Yeah,
okay, good.
About him enlisting and the funny parts about it, that he was telling us.
Yeah, I heard that one the other day. Now, I like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Speaking about lyrics, he wrote one song. He gave us 45s and different of some of his first songs he wrote. And one of them he wrote was, I woke up in a tree. I woke up in a tree. That's what he was telling us. He said, Fred, listen to the song, I woke up in a tree. I don't pay no attention to what I'm saying. It's the lyrics. It's anything I can do a song about. Because I couldn't understand Jimmy being a McCoy and him knowing that Devil Anse was a little bitty fella and all.
Right.
Why would you make a song to build him up? I was asking Jimmy correct songs. Randall being Union, Devil Anse being Confederate. I asked him about that. And again, he said I was just guessing, but he said you're right. And
Oh, you can hear him say that on the
Jimmy goes with the rhyme. Doesn't matter, true or not. He's a songwriter. Lyrics, Devil Anse. Had a good laugh and decided to go with the lyrics. Guys, Sheila's going to put that in here somewhere. the interview with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there's the book, and he was tickled to death with it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he was tickled, and he's got several songs. You know, Jimmy, there he is with me and Sheila at the nursing home, and there he is. He autographed 2 or 3 of them albums for us to put into the museum. And you know, guys, when you see people, you'll go to museums or places, and you'll see them with, there's his mother, and you'll see them with guitars, and they'll say, yeah, this was signed by so-and-so, this is autographed by so-and-so, and you're thinking, really, you know, is that, are they telling the truth? And well, you don't have to worry about the one he done for the museum and the one he done for Sheila.
Yeah.
He didn't only give a guitar to the museum, he gave one personally to Sheila. Him and Sheila, he loved Sheila.
He was sweet.
And Sheila loved him. He was a sweet guy, but in here somewhere I was trying to find it.
Yeah, we've got pictures of him.
There's the guitar he's playing with on Main Street for CBS Good Morning Show when they were doing that interview. And Jimmy's played in bands. He had his own band. He would travel everywhere. And
he knew everybody.
There he is. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. And there he is going over. And there's some of the display cases. There he is autographing the picture album. Look here, what a blank guitar, guys. Nothing on that guitar.
Just thinking about it.
And then here it is. And that's the one Jimmy wrote, that one to Sheila. And then he done another one to the museum.
Yep.
He done 2. And Sheila will somewhere put that video in there.
Yeah, we'll play those and then let you all see.
But there's a difference in Jimmy Wolford and Pike County Tourism. Pike County Tourism sells you a CD. I bought one to do videos off of, and I can't believe I'm just now after all these years, because we buy anything Hatfield McCoy to put into the museum. Mother's, she was like that. And so we figured, well, we'll just get the disc just to put in. There's hardly anything that we don't have that's Hatfield McCoy, even if it's from somebody or a person or an entity or somebody we don't even get along with or talk like or anything else, or me. I'll speak for me. Sheila likes everybody. And then when I started listening to it, I'm thinking, wow, this is, I can't believe, especially the one about Rosanna, blaming everything on Rosanna. And so I said, let's do a video showing Jimmy Wolford. The difference in Jimmy Wolford was he was a songwriter.
Entertainer. The
difference in Pike County Tourism, Pike County Historical Society, and so they give tours. They charge people money to give them tours. And they stand up there with their microphone, and they tell them what these people think they're hearing history of the feud. They think they're hearing the correct history. They're thinking, well, they're in Pike County, Kentucky, and that's where a lot of the events took place, so they must know what they're talking about. Guys, these people couldn't be further from the truth. I've never heard such nonsense in my life. I'm getting ready to sneeze. I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm done.
All righty, guys. So after this here, I'm going to put in the video of Jimmy Wolford, us interviewing him and talking and stuff. So we hope you enjoy these videos, okay?
The question I've got, Jim, and we can do it either way, or we don't even have to address it. Me and Sheila, how we've made our, and Paul Hatfield, is from standing, and my brother, Barry, he also wrote a Hatfield McCoy book, and all of us, we've done it from research, from different things, and I don't know how we would address it, except that it was just a promotional, or just like the last time you said, I was trying to make him look as me when we was talking about Devil Anse's height. And your grandpa said he was a short fella, and you said, well, I'm making him look as mean as I can.
Yeah.
I make sure I'm telling this right. But on some of these, one of them on your record, he says he's 6'4". Well, we know he's not 6'4". He was 5'6".
5'6".
Yeah, 5'6". So what?
Y'all can hear Jimmy, and she can take it back if you want when we get ready to start out. But I said he was 5'6". Jimmy said 5'7". That's an inch. 5'6" or 5'6" according to his Civil War records. Jimmy says 5'7". Jimmy says a little fella. Is what he said in another recording.
Mhm.
But he acknowledges that Devil was not 6'4", was not 6 foot. He acknowledges that. Again, that was his. Go ahead.
As a songwriter.
As a songwriter, and he tells that in a minute. To get ahead of him, but no, you're good. Let's go.
So play it on.
Let it. Well, go back just a little bit. Let's look again, right in here, just a hair back.
So about right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
Not 6'4", he was 5'6".
5'6".
Yeah,
Mhm.
5'6". So what do we want to address that? Another thing, you said that Randall was Union and Devil Anse was Confederate. Now Randall's brother, Asa Harmon, was Union, but Randall himself was Confederate.
Okay.
You're
right.
There was one other thing that and I didn't know if you want, we don't even have to address it at all, but I think in history, though, when history looks back.
I would guess more than anything.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.